My first day in Boston, I took the ferry into the city. From there, I decided to take a hop-on, hop-off tram, and I was just going to sit and do the whole loop because it's about 2.5 hours, but I saw these two Great Danes and we were at a stop, so I had to get off and meet them. Then I went to Old Corner Bookstore. I've been here previously when I came and visited in 2019, but I wasn't truly keyed into my love of books at that point. It's actually been a bookshop since 1828. You can really feel that it's settled in that space. It's been there a long time. Everything's kind of higgledy-piggledy, but there is organization to it. I like the old maps that you could see, which would be amazing decoration. They had a lot of not only secondhand books, but they had some leather-bound books, some vintage books. It was quite cool. I do sometimes find these places a bit overwhelming just because you don't necessarily know what you're going to get when you go in, but I think that's also the beauty of it. You don't know what treasure you're going to find around the next corner. Walked around the Boston Commons, walked past Paul Revere's grave, and in that cemetery there was also, I think Sam Adams was buried there, and the hop-on, hop-off tour driver was across the street and was like, it's the only place that you can drink a cold Sam Adams across from a cold Sam Adams. We went to Faneuil Hall in Quincy Market and tried on some lobster hats. And then Quincy Market has a bunch of different food spots, not the least of which being clam chowder, Boston chowder. The details of this old building were just so beautiful. The pressure's on, Kiah.
It was really good, actually.
Good?
Yeah, really good.
I'm excited.
The sauce was really good.
How freaking fancy. So what did you get, Kiah?
So I got sauteed scallops and shrimp in a roasted tomato sauce with rice.
And I just got a lobster mac and cheese with carrots because I'm trying to take care of myself. That was not a choice from the heart.
The deep sigh.
Yeah, I know. Oh, it's got panko crumbs. Like,
Ooh. ASMR. You need to get your little microphone out.
it's probably gonna be a bit too toasty. Cheers. You can never go wrong with cheese and pasta. How's yours?
Unless you're lactose intolerant.
Like
It's
you.
incredibly good.
And then you still do it anyways.
Exactly. No, this is very good. I love a good scallop and scallop.
Good Boston cream pie. Ready?
Oh,
I didn't realize it would have chocolate on it.
it does.
Yeah.
Usually it's coated or covered in a chocolate topping.
I was kind of thinking more like a coconut cream pie. I can't lie.
Oh, I see why you would think that.
Yeah.
It's a cream from the middle.
I didn't get the pudding though.
That's the whole point.
I know. It reminds me of like those whoopie pies.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and they do all these different kind of desserts for children to pack in their lunch.
Like a Swiss roll or something.
Mm-hmm.
A little Debbie.
Yeah, Little Debbie. That's her. Reminds me of Little Debbie's, which is maybe an insult to the Boston.
Good day. This is an institution.
I know, but I'm enjoying it. I like it. That's so cute! Walking, strolling. Yes, walk. To the right of Orchard House was a house called the Wayside, and the Alcotts lived there before they moved into Orchard House. It shows you like the different periods of construction, I guess. So this was all added afterwards. Was that Nathaniel Hawthorne or just... Yeah, oh my god! Wow, that's so cool. I didn't realize that Nathaniel Hawthorne
And then he named it
bought
the
bought the Alcott's house. That's so cool. May, like Amy, was a talented painter, and she decorated their walls, fireplaces, and windowsills with paintings and drawings. This kind of made up for the fact that they didn't have a ton of money. Though we couldn't take pictures or video in the house, these postcards are copies of that work. I love the sign pointing to different fictional lands, the sunny afternoon feeling of the shop, and the collection of secondhand books. Of course, they had plenty of Louisa May Alcott books, and we even found out that the shop owners rent from one of Louisa May Alcott's relatives. It's really cool that a modern member of the Alcott family still has ties to Concord. Like a few copies of this like publication style with the binding and then the inner end papers. Yeah, it's the Easton Press that has a load of these kind of styles. And then like illustrated. I saw it in the old bookshop that's really eclectic in Boston. Dear Jamie, on the happy occasion of your 31st birthday, love Mom and Dad, 1989. That's so cute. We walked around and went to the Sleepy Hollow Cemetery looking for Author's Ridge to find Louisa May Alcott's grave.
Alcott family lot 24.
We walked around for a while, got a bit discombobulated, and the closest we came was seeing Emerson's son's grave. It was still a beautiful, peaceful walk. Finally, we went to a couple of antique stores. Oh, I like these bookends. They're little dogs. I was most excited about the dog items and the printing press type case that they had for sale. For my master's, I took a printing press course where we used these, so it brought back fond and frustrating memories as the type could be really, really fiddly. I do love the little acorns on the cover and the little leaves. After Concord, Kiah and I headed out to our Airbnb in Connecticut, just outside of Hartford. The drive went by super quickly because we were chatting and, of course, singing at the top of our lungs to music. You're doing great, sweetie! Look at you with that wagon. Wow. Treehouse, sweet treehouse. That's so cute. I like the little barn door sink situation. Oh, they have fun games. They have Jenga and Battleship. So this is the main level. This is the living everything. And then outside is the porch where you can sit. And there's a tree because it's a tree house.
There's a couple trees.
There's a fireplace. And then this is up to the bedroom. Well, I turned it back on because it was too warm and I wanted to wear my new Halloween sweater.
For the vibes.
For the vibes. We're in a cabin. We're in a tree house in the woods. And we're watching kind of a spooky TV show. And we're going to play some board games.
It's got a pocket on the side. It's got a pocket in the middle. And it's got 2 compartments.
It is the toadiest of tote bags.
It's a godsend.
So we drove from Massachusetts to Bluebird Farm. What do we think so far?
Adorable.
So cute. The fact that we saw ducks and dogs and horses and a lake all on the ride here, and there were fairy lights.
And it's adorable. And there was a dog when we came in and barked and said hello to us.
I know, he was working hard. He was protecting the flock.
It's not much, but it's honest work.
Tomorrow, we're going to Hartford, which is just down the road.
We're going to the Twain House and Museum.
I was never a gal for Huckleberry Finn, but
Well.
he gives eccentric vibes.
Yeah, the house looks really cool.
It does. And it's supposed to be kind of haunted.
So, fall spoopy season.
Yeah, so we'll let you know on this episode of Ghost Hunters.
Ghost Hunters. I'm Zach Baggins and this is Ghost Hunters.
So my mom and I, we never watched that show. We prefer the more highbrow ghost hunting shows. And we were watching it, and he was in like a saloon or a cantina or whatever, kind of like in the wild, wild west. And he was dressed up like a cowboy, and he was like, there were prostitutes there, and he called them the soiled doves. And I was just like, these women didn't get a lot of respect in life. Can we not give them a little respect in death? And then they were going around and they had these toy guns and they sat it down on the counter and they're like, if you're really the baddest in town, like, you'll shoot me. And like, when you're a ghost, you don't become stupid. They know what a fake gun looks like. They were using real ones.
Yeah, I don't think that was probably the best bait to use with them, but
I know, maybe their goal is like, we're gonna be so annoying that they're just gonna want to assert their dominance.
2 points for creativity.
I mean, it got a real dialogue going. It felt similar to watching Love Island. Like, the same amount of brain
same
rot.
highbrow television.
I know, it's the same brain rot, the same fun commentary, the same just like, what is this person doing? It's good TV.
He's just making money for his exotic car collection.
So after I sidetracked about ghosts and Zach, what's his name?
Baggins.
I keep wanting to call him Zach Braff. The actor from Scrubs.
Oh, no. Give him some respect.
Put some respect on Zach Braff's name.
Yeah.
And then after that, we're going to go to Washington Depot. Is that correct?
Yes, we're going to drive down to Washington Depot from there.
Which inspired, well, Amy Sherman Palladino was staying at the Mayflower Inn, which is
just
so expensive.
Washington Depot, yeah.
So expensive. So we might do a little brunchy moment there at some point. But we're going to go to Washington Depot. That's one of the towns that inspired. And they have, like, the Hickory Stick Bookshop, Marty's Cafe, aka Luke's, the Gazebo. And then there's a
Town Green.
And there's, like, a few other cute towns we might check out. We want to, like, enjoy our time, just chill.
Walk around, explore.
Yeah, precisely. See if we can peep some leaves. Like the leaf perverts we are.
I mean, it's not quite peak season, but I bet you will get lucky.
I hope so. On the drive down, there was a good amount.
Yeah, there's a couple of trees that just, I think the sun hits them just right, and they start a little bit
They start to
earlier
glow.
than the rest of them. Gilmore Girls Trip.
Gilmore Girls Girls Trip.
Girls Trip, yeah. But we have Rummy Cub and something called One Up, which I've never played before.
The Wicked Smart Wood game.
Wicked Smat. It makes me think that it's Massachusetts based. I got it for free off Facebook.
I'm excited nonetheless. And we'll watch a spoopy TV show in the background.
Yes.
Okay. Good morning, Kiah. It is so early, but we were like, we need to go see the Mark Twain Museum early. And then we were like, we need to look at the farm. Panoramic view from the treehouse. I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but you can literally see the goats from here. I think they do wedding ceremonies here as well. And I can imagine it's just so beautiful, so peaceful. Love the sunflowers. Oh, look at your little beard. Hey! Oh, big stretch. This is the best day ever. Bye, babies. So if you thought you couldn't top a morning in a treehouse and getting to meet puppies, we're now at the Mark Twain House. Woo! That is a claim. I love that. It looks like a Sylvanian family house. So Mark Twain had a bunch of places that he liked to write in the house, but one of the final places he ended on is in that room right there. And so he had porch views and everything. The tour guide said it was his man cave, his little man cave with the billiards and cigars and everything. It was really, really cool. So we're going to go back in.
They've got some cool stuff set up in the visitor center, like a museum-ish area as well.
My favorite place was the library, I think, because it had that beautiful conservatory and they had the running like water, like a little fountain, and all these plants.
And the carved woodwork and the mantelpiece that they took from Scotland and just shipped over.
There was like this huge Scottish mantelpiece at a castle, and he was like, I see, what's that Ariana Grande song where it's like, I see it, I like it, I want it. Yeah, that's what he did, and they imported it. And it's really cozy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like a beautiful space where you could just see yourself kind of hanging out and like sitting and reading and stuff.
And the miniature rocking chair that they bought from a traveling salesman. So there was a traveling salesman, and they would bring like miniature versions as samples of like larger items that you can buy.
The furniture that they wanted to sell.
Yeah.
And they wanted a small one that their child would fit in, so they just literally bought the display from the traveling salesman, and it's like the only one.
It's so cute.
Which is so cool.
Yeah, so I would highly recommend, even if you aren't like a Twainiac.
I was gonna say, yeah, it's still just like cool, like if you're interested in the history and the architecture. It was beautiful, and the Tiffany, it was so cool.
For sure. I also never thought of Mark Twain as a Victorian, but he would have been.
Yeah. Southern/northern/European traveled Victorian.
Yeah. Legend has it, Clara's squirrels still haunt the Mark Twain house. This is the Mark Twain white suit. Mark Twain's daughter would have loved these. I got the candied Kentucky pecan ice cream. This is 1 scoop. And you got
Coconut and honey.
How is it?
It's very coconut.
Oh, you can't sit on the steps. It is so beautiful though. Wow. Stars Hollow. That's exciting. As you say, I'm sure the locals hate it, but
Well, I was just saying that I'm sure they hate when people go la la
la la la. We're getting dinner at the Mayflower Inn, aka an inspiration for the Independence Inn.
Although it is clearly still late summer, there was a slight changing of the leaves, and it was so beautiful because we were able to wander around in wonderful weather, see the beautiful changing leaves, and just spend time together.
Hey, Kiah. Hey, girl, how's it going?
We then headed from the Mayflower Inn to our Airbnb. It was really cute and cozy. It was beautifully decorated. It was such a nice stay.
We're here at Book Barn, the original first chapter.
I know, there's 3 of them, but we found the OG.
Yes, I'm very excited. I saw it from a reel/TikTok, and it just looks like a barn with lots of books.
So, aka Alexandra's Heaven.
Heaven, yes.
Tabloid says we're going to service.
Book Barn was a whole experience. It was more impressive than I could have imagined. As the name suggests, there was books in several barns, or books in sheds, or books in wagons, and these trailers, and it was wonderful. If you wanted something specifically, I'm sure you'd be able to find it here because there was so much stuff, but it was also nice to just wander around and not know exactly what it was I was going to find, and boy did I find some treasures.
Dollar books, y'all. Hot, the underworld. Hot in the summer, cold in the winter. When it rains, the River Styx runs it, and the paperbacks are not in alphabetical order. Welcome to Hades.
You know, I know it said it was not in alphabetical order, but
It's really throwing you off that it's not in alphabetical order.
yeah, I do love like these old penguin covers. I think they're so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, they do Scarlet Letter. I want to.
Well, you didn't have to read that for school?
No. Oh, I hate that cover though.
Yeah, that is really...
Book of the month. What the hell are you doing here? Ugh, I always love to see James Harriet. I'm like, represent Yorkshire. Wow, Book Barn. That was an experience and a half. The TikTok did not even do it justice.
No, it didn't.
They had the cutest little like sheds with all the different genres. So there was like a little cart that said mystery, and then there was the one that said Hades, and it was like the idea of hell is books that are just thrown together.
Yeah, Hades Book Barn or whatever.
It was so cute. You could tell the people who made that place love books and just find so much joy in it, and they want to share that with people.
Yes, and they categorize everything so specifically, like despite the fact that I was struggling to follow their alphabetization, is that a word?
Yes.
Of like authors and book titles. Like, I don't even know if you went into that room, but they broke it down by like, here's all the medical books, but here's the books on asthma, cancer, Lyme's disease. Like, they broke it down.
Wow.
So they had everything.
They really did. And like the guy who was at checkout, he and I were having a whole conversation about Mark Twain, and because he said, oh, Huckleberry Finn, he's like, I reread it and it's nice to know that it really stands up to another read. And he's like, I remember it being funny, but I didn't realize how just beautiful the writing was. So I told him we went to the Mark Twain house,
which was also beautiful.
Which is so beautiful. So yeah, it's been a very literary trip. Oh, and I'm so excited about my my beautiful edition of Pride and Prejudice to add to the Jane Austen collection.
So how many Pride and Prejudices do you have now?
Only 3.
3.
Well, okay, so I hesitate to count it 3 because I have one in, it's like the 7 works of Jane Austen, and it's this big bind up, and I never read it because it's so uncomfortable to sit and read. So there's one in there, and then I have the Penguin cloth bound edition of it, and now I have that one. And a beautiful cemetery. The drive has been so pretty.
Yes.
And now we're off to
B.F. Clyde's Cider Mill.
woohoo! Let's go. Caramel pecan apple butter.
Strawberry rhubarb spread.
Right? Don't you have a peek?
Yeah, it's just like
That is more Halloween for sure. Delicious, minus the friends. I'll just be careful. Ready? Cheers!
So good.
Please, just let me eat it in peace. I bet Percy was a cormorant in a past life. Perfect day on the water. Breeze in our hair. Breeze in our hair. Just after a huge filling of margaritas. The place, not the drink.
I was gonna say not for me.
Or
Nachos
me.
and tacos, baby.
Ooh, yes. So now we're just hanging out by the water because it's so calming and just getting some sun before we hit the road and head back to Mass. I hope it's shitty at the Black Dog. Na na na. Wow, the last day. We finally made it. This is the best trip. So where are we?
We're at the Scituate Lighthouse in Scituate, Massachusetts.
I was so determined to see the lighthouse, and Kiah really delivered. It is so beautiful, nice and warm.
Oh, it's a nice sunny day.
The ocean smells like ocean.
Tends to do that.
I love how predictable she is. So yeah, we'll just have a little wander around and get food, I think, right?
Yep.
Sounds good.
I've always called them inukshooks, so they're like little balanced rocks to make a statue that kind of looks like a person. And the First Nations people in Canada used to make them a lot with various size rocks to like signal community
And welcome.
and yeah, it just looks like a little person, a little rock dude.
It's so cute. I love
So
it.
we made one.
I know. Way better than the other balanced rocks on the beach, let me tell you. Look at you.
I got the pumpkin spice iced latte, and it's pumpkin puree.
And I'm still clinging on to summer, so I got a lavender lemonade.
The duality of womanhood,
Truly. Very like citrusy floral kind of.
Yeah, that hits your stomach real
Yeah.
hard. It punches you in the gut.
Do you like those like botanical gins and like the flavors that
Yeah,
they come
kind
out
of.
with?
They can't be too strong. I like them because they can add a nice garnish.
That's fair. Like a little splash. Kind
Yeah,
of extra.
and that feels so fancy. Like if you put a sprig of rosemary in a cocktail, I feel like I have to get some footage of us actually like talking or hanging out or something, because most of them are just like B-roll, but it's B-roll to what?
B-roll to the main show, which does not exist.
Exactly. That little mango, the tuna, and the avo. Oh my gosh,
Especially a spoon.
that is sensational.
You're just gonna have video footage of me moving food around.
Like, you know how on
Not
TV,
eating.
like in shows and movies and stuff, they never really eat stuff. They
Yeah.
just move around. That's like what you'll be doing.
Yeah, because I'm a professional actress.
So this one's the Shaggy Dog, and then this is the Outer Banks. So pineapple, tuna, and what's in yours?
Crab, tempura shrimp.
I remember when I was younger, we went to a cow farm, and the cows would like suck on the knuckle. Jelly! Oh, hello, Jelly! Oh! Yep, they like to suck on a knuckle. Because it's like, they're teething. It's like a little pacifier for them. I don't mind it, as long as I can wash my hands later. Oh, Jelly, you are a queen. So I got a kitty maple walnut, and it tastes like autumn in ice cream form. It is so good. What did you get?
I got black raspberry and I added Oreos on top.
Oh. And this is made from the cows we
That we
just saw.
Yes.
Wow.
Local.
Truly farm to table.
Cheers.
Cheers. We're just headed to the airport to drop me off.
Boston Logan.
Yeah.
Incoming.
Yeah, it's been such a great trip. Thank you so much for having me. And I can't wait for you to move to England, and we can do this all the time.
I can't wait. Road trips on the other side of the road.
Exact. Oh my God, we can explore Europe together. I can take you to those bookshops.
All the bookshops.
All the
everywhere.
bookshops.
Love
Okay.
it.
Well, thank you so much. Bye.
Bye.